Daniel Moore sat alone in the dim control room of the orbital station, listening to the soft hum of machines that never slept. He had worked the night shift for months, watching screens that most people never knew existed. Earth was peaceful on the surface, but Daniel had learned that whenever the planet seemed quiet, something unseen was usually happening just out of reach. He did not know who or what caused these hidden events, but his job was to find the patterns in all the strange data. Daniel was 28 with calm eyes and a steady way of thinking. He was not a soldier or a pilot. He was an analyst who studied signals from deep space. He always believed that the more humans understood the universe, the safer Earth would be. But some signals he found did not match anything known. They appeared and vanished like whispers. They moved too fast for any satellite and too quietly for any normal detection. Every time Daniel tried to track them, the trail ended with no answers. Still, he kept searching. On the same night, Olivia Harris prepared her team on the ground. She was a commander in a special military unit that handled unusual extraterrestrial activity. She was steady, experienced, and trusted by her team. Olivia never imagined that her work would involve things she could not fully explain. For years, she had responded to strange incidents around the world. Sometimes a falling object would vanish before she arrived. Sometimes a threat would end with no sign of what had stopped it. Her team began to believe they were not the first ones sent to deal with the danger. Olivia kept a notebook filled with odd events that did not fit any pattern. These incidents were spread across many countries, and yet they all ended in the same way. Something always reached the danger before her team. Something removed the threat quickly and quietly. Olivia did not like the idea of unknown forces acting on Earth, but she also noticed that these events always protected humans. Nothing harmful ever came from these shadowy interventions. Daniel continued reviewing the latest data when he saw something new. An energy pulse appeared near the outer edge of the solar system. It was not large, but it had a strange shape he had never seen before. It looked like artificial signal design, the type created by advanced technology. Daniel leaned closer to the screen. The pulse repeated again very faintly. He marked the signal and ran it through all known databases. No matches appeared. He ran it again through alien archives received in old communications from friendly species. Still nothing. Daniel felt excitement rise inside him, mixed with worry. If this signal did not belong to humans or any known alien group, then who was sending it? As he followed the trace, the pulse changed direction. It was moving toward Earth. Daniel quickly sent the report to his supervisor, but he already knew Olivia's unit would be alerted too. That was standard protocol. Whenever something unknown moved toward the planet, the military responded. Olivia was in the middle of inspecting her equipment when the alert flashed on her tablet. Her team looked at her with serious expressions. They all knew what that kind of alert meant. She called out, "Prepare for deployment." Her team nodded and rushed to the transport craft. They moved with practiced precision. Olivia followed, her brow tense as she read the signal details. A small pulse approaching Earth, unknown origin. For years she dealt with situations like this, but something about this incident felt different. The signal was too clean, too intentional. As her craft lifted into the sky, Olivia looked out through the window. The clouds passed beneath her and the city lights shrank into tiny specks. She had always loved Earth, despite its flaws. She believed it was worth protecting, no matter the danger. Meanwhile, in the control room of the orbital station, Daniel studied the signal's movement. It suddenly split into 2 separate pulses, then 3, then 5. They scattered like sparks before going silent. Daniel froze. That pattern did not resemble anything he had seen in years of work. It was too controlled, almost like someone was hiding the signal on purpose. He tried tracking the scattered signals, but each one vanished in a different part of space. Then something even stranger happened. A second energy source appeared, not from the outside, but from inside Earth's orbit. Daniel stared in disbelief. Something was already here, something advanced. The new signal was strong but incredibly precise. It wrapped around the incoming pulse like a net and then compressed it until it disappeared. Daniel whispered, "What was that?" He ran more scans, but the local signal vanished as silently as it arrived. Olivia's craft reached the upper atmosphere when Mission Control contacted her. "Commander Harris, we have new information. The unknown signal has been neutralized." Olivia tightened her grip on her seat. "By who?" There was a long pause. "Unknown. Sensors detected an advanced countermeasure that did not come from any human system." Olivia felt her chest grow heavy. Whoever or whatever had acted was not part of Earth's military. Her team members exchanged uneasy looks. They had seen this happen before. A threat appeared. Something eliminated it before they arrived. But this time the event was clearer. This time they had recorded proof. Olivia said quietly, "We are not alone in defending Earth." Her craft returned to base, and she walked alone across the silent hangar. The metal floor echoed under her boots. She tried to understand the situation, but the more she thought, the more questions appeared. Why would unknown protectors guard Earth? Why stay hidden? What were their goals? Daniel spent hours writing his report. He checked the data repeatedly, but the readings did not change. Something powerful and precise existed inside the solar system, watching and responding faster than any human group could. He leaned back and rubbed his eyes. He had always believed humans were capable and strong, but this new discovery made him feel small. Still, he felt curiosity burning stronger than fear. He whispered to himself, "Someone is protecting us." The next day, Olivia visited a secure research facility. She met with scientists who studied extraterrestrial technology. They reviewed the intercepted energy pattern but could not identify it. One scientist said, "This technology is far beyond anything humans use. It is not aggressive, but it is extremely advanced. Whoever used it wanted to stop the incoming pulse without causing harm." Olivia nodded slowly. That matched what she had observed in her earlier missions. The unknown force always protected, never attacked unnecessarily. She walked through the hallways of the facility, deep in thought. The more she learned, the clearer it became that some hidden group had been active for a long time. Their actions were too precise, too consistent. Later that night, Daniel reviewed old archives. He found records of strange events going back decades. Some mentioned mysterious lights. Others described objects disappearing before impact. Many were labeled unresolved. Daniel realized these incidents formed a pattern that stretched across the globe. He leaned forward and traced a timeline. Each event happened exactly when Earth faced unusual danger. Each time, the threat ended before humans could respond. Daniel began to see a picture forming, a picture hidden beneath years of secrecy. Earth had guardians. They existed in shadows, unseen but always present. Someone had decided long ago that humanity must survive. Daniel did not know their reason, but he knew they were powerful. More powerful than any alien group the Galactic Council had ever warned humanity about. Olivia returned to her base and gathered her small team. She explained the latest findings. Her team listened quietly, their faces serious. One team member asked, "Do you think these guardians are friendly?" Olivia paused. She thought about every strange incident she had responded to, every danger that had been removed before she could act. "I think they are protecting us," Olivia said, "but I do not know why." The question lingered in the room. If they were allies, why stay hidden for so long? Across the planet, in quiet corners humans never looked, faint signals pulsed through the shadows. Movements too complex for human detection shifted across the sky. Hidden structures deep below the Earth hummed gently, like a heartbeat waiting for its moment. The Guardians remained unseen, but they were watching. And for the first time in centuries, they prepared to reveal themselves. Something far away in the galaxy had awakened. The Guardians sensed it long before humans did, and Earth would soon learn why they were needed. But Daniel did not know that. Olivia did not know that. No human knew that the galaxy was beginning to turn its attention toward Earth. All they knew was that something powerful existed nearby, something that had silently defended humanity for generations. Earth was not as weak as the galaxy believed, and the truth was about to unfold in ways no one expected. Daniel Moore woke with tired eyes after another long night at the orbital station. He poured himself a cup of warm coffee and sat at his desk. The room was quiet except for the soft beeps of machines running their endless tasks, but Daniel could not relax. His mind kept returning to the strange event from the night before. Something had appeared in the solar system. Something powerful had destroyed the incoming pulse with ease. He opened a new file and began checking every record again. He searched for any sign, any clue, any trace of the hidden force that had acted so quickly. But the signal left no fingerprints. It was as if a giant hand had reached out from the dark, crushed the threat, and vanished. Daniel leaned forward and whispered, "Someone is watching Earth." He did not say it out of fear. He said it with a sense of calm curiosity. Whoever these guardians were, they kept Earth alive. Across the planet, Olivia Harris walked through her military base with a firm but thoughtful expression. She had been awake for hours, reviewing reports from her team. None of them had new answers. All they knew was that an unknown force had saved Earth again. She stepped into a small strategy room where her team waited. They all looked tired yet determined. They respected Olivia and trusted her judgment. Olivia took a slow breath and said, "We cannot ignore this any longer. Someone else is protecting Earth and they know more than we do. We need to understand who they are." Her team exchanged looks. Some frowned, some nodded, but no one disagreed. They had been kept in the dark for too long. One of them asked, "Do you think they will reveal themselves to us?" Olivia shook her head. "Not unless they must, but something changed last night. That was the first time we recorded clear evidence. That means our technology is finally catching up to them. They have stayed hidden for a long time, but now they know we are watching too." Meanwhile, in the Galactic Council chamber far across the stars, tension was rising. The council members had detected the same energy pulse that Daniel had found. But they did not see the Guardian's signal. Their sensors were not strong enough. All they knew was that Earth had created a strange energy wave, or so they believed. A tall alien named Arvok addressed the council. His voice was sharp and cold. "Earth has released a type of energy that does not match their known technology. This could be a sign they are preparing a hidden weapon." The room filled with uneasy whispers. Many alien species believed Earth was unpredictable. Humans learned fast. They adapted faster than most species. Some admired them, others feared them. Another council member said, "If Earth is creating weapons without permission, we must investigate." Arvok agreed. "We must send an observation fleet. We must see what they are hiding." The council voted, and the majority supported the idea. They believed Earth was becoming a danger, not understanding that the signal had come from someone else entirely. Back on Earth, Daniel watched the radar screens during the late shift when he noticed something alarming. Multiple ships were moving toward the solar system. They were far away, but their course was clear. They were coming to Earth. His heart pounded. He sent a quick message to command. "Unidentified fleet approaching the solar system. Estimated arrival time 72 hours. This was not normal traffic. These ships were large, heavy, military. Daniel felt a chill run down his back. He whispered, "The council is coming." Olivia received the alert the moment Daniel sent it. She stood straight, her expression tightening. Her team gathered around her as she read the message. "This is not a friendly visit," she said quietly. "We must prepare." Her team remained silent. They all understood what it meant for an alien fleet to come toward Earth without warning. Olivia walked outside onto the open training grounds of the base. The sun was setting, painting the sky orange. She closed her eyes for a moment, thinking deeply. For years she had wondered if someone was preparing Earth for something greater. Perhaps the Guardians knew this day would come. That night, Daniel could not sleep. He stayed at his station, watching the fleet move closer. The more he looked at them, the more his unease grew. The Council ships were powerful, stronger than anything Earth could face directly. But Earth was not alone. Daniel whispered, "If they come to attack, will the Guardians help us again?" He hoped the answer was yes. The next day, Olivia went to visit a secure research lab that studied extraterrestrial threats. She met with a scientist named Carol who showed her a newly decoded segment of the strange signal. Carol said, "The signal was not random, it was a warning. The unknown force sent it moments before the alien pulse arrived. They were telling someone to prepare." Olivia frowned. "Prepare for what?" Carol looked uneasy. "We do not know. But it suggests the Guardians knew the threat was coming before we did. They were ready." Olivia felt a rising sense of urgency. Meanwhile, deep underground in a place no human had ever visited, a hidden structure awakened. Soft lights glowed across metallic walls. Symbols unknown to humans shimmered. The The Guardians were already aware of the Council fleet approaching. Figures moved in the shadows. Their forms were tall and graceful, not human but strangely familiar. They spoke in calm voices. "The Council believes Earth is unstable," one said. Another replied, "They misunderstand. Humans are young, not dangerous, but if the Council attacks, we must act. Our duty remains unchanged." A third voice spoke with quiet strength. "Earth must survive. The humans are not ready to know the full truth, but if the Council forces our hand, we will reveal ourselves." The Guardians had protected Earth for centuries, but the coming conflict could expose them. In the orbital station, Daniel suddenly saw new signals appear. They moved fast, too fast for human ships. He zoomed in and watched in shock. Dozens of small, unknown craft left Earth's atmosphere without activating any known launch systems. Daniel stared at the readings. "They are here. The Guardians are moving." He watched the unknown craft take positions around the solar system, far beyond human reach. They formed a silent shield around Earth. Daniel felt awe wash over him. He had always believed humans were alone in their defense, but now he saw the truth. Earth had protectors, silent and powerful. The Council fleet drew closer, unaware of what waited for them. On Earth, Olivia stood in the command center, watching the live feed from satellites. When she saw the unknown craft, her breath caught. "That is not our technology," she said softly. Her team gathered behind her, staring at the strange objects. "Are they here to help us?" one asked. Olivia answered, "They have helped us for years. They saved us from the last threat. I think they will save us again." But she did not know how the Council would respond. The next hours were filled with tension. Daniel tracked both fleets, his eyes never leaving the screen. Olivia stayed at command, preparing Earth's limited defenses. Humans could not defeat the Council ships alone, but they would fight if they had to. When the Council fleet finally entered the outer region of the solar system, something unexpected happened. Their sensors went dark. The Council ships drifted in confusion. Lights flickered. Commands failed. Panic spread among the crews. "We are being jammed," one alien captain shouted, but they had no idea who was jamming them. The Guardians moved with silent precision. They approached the Council ships without firing a single shot. Their technology slipped through shields as if they did not exist. Back at the orbital station, Daniel saw the impossible. The Guardians were disabling the alien ships without harming anyone. It was peaceful, controlled, perfect. Daniel whispered, "They are showing restraint. They do not want war." On the command screens, Olivia watched the same event. Her chest tightened with relief. Earth had avoided destruction once again. But then something surprising happened. A message appeared on both human and Council systems at the same time. It was calm and clear. "Earth is protected. Leave peacefully. This is not your battle." It was the first time the Guardians spoke. Their message echoed across space, reaching every ship. The Council captains trembled. They had never heard of a species capable of speaking through their system so easily. One alien asked, "Who are you?" But the Guardians did not answer. Instead, they released the Council ships and allowed them to retreat. Slowly, cautiously, the alien fleet turned away. They left the solar system without firing a shot. Daniel sat back in his chair, amazed. The Guardians had saved Earth once more. Olivia exhaled slowly. Her team looked at her. "It is clear now," she said. "We are not alone in this universe. Someone powerful stands with us, but we still do not know why." Daniel wrote in his log, "The Guardians acted not out of anger but duty. They protected us without harming the enemy. Their power is beyond anything humanity understands." Across the galaxy, the Council gathered in fear and confusion. They argued about the unknown force. "Earth is not the threat," one said. "Something far greater is protecting them." "We must be careful," another whispered, "or we may provoke a power we cannot defeat." For the first time, the galaxy looked at Earth with uncertainty. And for the first time, the Guardians began to prepare for something even greater. They knew that the Council retreat was only the beginning. More challenges would come, but Earth was no longer seen as weak. Because someone in the shadows had shown their strength. Someone who had been watching humans grow for centuries. The Guardians had acted, and the galaxy would never forget it. Daniel Moore did not return to his room after the Council fleet retreated. He stayed in the control room of the orbital station, staring at the quiet radar screens. The Guardians had shown themselves for the first time, and everything had changed. The data he saw was impossible. Their ships appeared from nowhere, moved with perfect control, and disabled the alien fleet as if it was nothing. He wondered how long they had been watching Earth. He wondered why they finally acted openly. The Guardians had always worked in secret, removing threats quietly. But now they had made a public move. They had spoken. They had warned the entire council. Daniel whispered, "Why now?" He knew there must be a reason. Something bigger must be coming. On Earth, Olivia Harris felt the same concern. She stood outside her base, watching the evening sky slowly darken. The stars appeared one by one, shining softly. She felt small beneath the vastness of the universe, yet she also felt something else, a strange sense of importance, as if Earth stood at the center of something very large. Her thoughts were interrupted when her communication device buzzed. "Commander Harris, you are needed in the briefing room. There has been new activity." Olivia hurried inside. Her team waited for her, and the large screen behind them displayed fresh data. Unknown signals had been detected again, but this time they were not coming from space. They were coming from deep under the Earth's surface. Olivia stepped closer. "What is this?" her technician said. "We are not sure, but these signals match the same pattern used by the Guardians when they disabled the Council fleet." Olivia frowned. "So they are activating something underground." "Yes, and the energy levels are rising." Olivia felt a chill. The Guardians were preparing for something. She could sense it. Meanwhile, miles underground, in the hidden structure that no human had ever seen, the Guardians moved calmly between glowing consoles. The air hummed with energy. Their leader, known among them as Elias Grant when walking in human society, stepped forward. He carried himself with quiet confidence, his form tall and graceful. His eyes held a depth of ancient memory. He had lived through more centuries than humans could imagine. A Guardian approached him. "The Council will not give up, Elias. They will return. They fear what they do not understand. We protected Earth this time, but next time will be harder." Elias nodded. "I know, but we cannot hide much longer. Humans are changing. They are learning faster than ever before. Soon they will reach the point where they can stand beside the rest of the galaxy. And when that moment comes, we must guide them." Another Guardian said, "If the humans learn about us now, will they fear us?" Elias closed his eyes for a moment. "Some will fear, some will doubt, but many will understand. Humanity has always surprised the galaxy. Their strength does not come only from power, but from their hearts, their loyalty, their courage. They will not reject us if we show them the truth." But even he felt the weight of uncertainty. The galaxy was changing quickly, and Earth was becoming the center of attention. Back at the orbital station, Daniel found something unusual while rechecking the Guardian signal. The pattern contained something new, a message, not in words but in a mathematical form. He ran the sequence again and finally understood. "Coordinates," he whispered. They pointed to a region deep beneath one of Earth's oldest mountains. He stared at the numbers for a long time, trying to decide what to do. If he sent this to the military, they would try to investigate. But he did not know if the Guardians wanted humans to find them. After thinking carefully, he sent the coordinates to Olivia Harris. She was the only one he trusted to handle this carefully. Olivia received the message and studied it. She recognized the location immediately. "This is near the northern ridge. There is nothing there." But the coordinates were exact. They pointed to something that should not exist. Without wasting time, Olivia gathered a small team and boarded a transport craft. She did not tell her commanders the full truth. She simply said she was following up on new intelligence. She did not want anyone interfering. The flight was short and the area was quiet. Tall mountains covered with snow rose around them. The air was cold and sharp. Olivia stepped out of the craft and checked the coordinates again. "It should be right here." Her team looked around in confusion. There was nothing but rock and ice. Suddenly, the ground trembled softly under their feet. A thin line of light appeared on the mountain wall, stretching slowly downward until it formed a tall doorway. The rocks shifted silently, revealing a hidden entrance. Olivia took a deep breath. "They want us to see this." Her team stepped back nervously. "Commander, are you sure this is safe?" Olivia nodded. "They have protected us for years. If they wanted to harm us, they would not open a door for us." Inside the mountain, a long hallway glowed with soft, white light. The walls were smooth and metallic, unlike anything humans had built. The deeper they walked, the stronger the hum of energy became. They reached a wide chamber where a tall figure stood waiting. Elias Grant. He looked human, but something about him felt different, older, stronger. Olivia recognized him instantly, even though they had never met. She sensed who he was. He spoke calmly. "You have come sooner than expected, Olivia Harris." Her team raised their weapons out of instinct, but Olivia signaled them to lower them. "Are you one of the Guardians?" she asked. Elias nodded. "Yes, I am, and now it is time you learn the truth." Olivia felt her breath catch. The moment she had waited for, feared, and hoped for had arrived. Elias walked toward her slowly. "Humanity believes it stands alone in the universe, but you are not alone. We have watched over Earth for thousands of years. We have protected you from dangers you never knew existed. And now the galaxy is watching you too." Olivia stepped closer. "Why us? Why Earth?" Elias turned, and the walls lit up with holographic images. They showed ancient battles, old civilizations, stars forming and dying. "Long before humans existed, Earth was chosen as a sanctuary," Elias said. "A place where life could grow freely. A place where potential could rise again. We Guardians were created to protect that promise. We have lived among you, guiding your progress from the shadows." Olivia stared at the images, shocked. "You shaped our history," Elias nodded softly. "In small ways, we never changed your path. We only removed the threats that could destroy you too early. Humans have always been strong on their own. You are the reason we stayed." One of Olivia's team members whispered, "Why reveal yourselves now?" Elias looked at them with serious eyes. "Because the galaxy is shifting. More forces will come. The Council will not be the last. Those who fear Earth will try to control it. Those who hunger for power will try to claim it, and you must be ready." Olivia felt fear, but also determination. "What do you want from us?" Elias smiled gently. "We do not want control, we want partnership. It is time for humans to rise and stand as equals with the rest of the galaxy, but you cannot do it alone." Daniel, watching from the orbital station, received a sudden transmission. It showed Olivia standing beside Elias. Daniel's eyes widened. He whispered. They met him. The Guardians revealed themselves. Elias continued, speaking to Olivia. "You have courage, Olivia Harris. You lead with strength and heart. You must help guide your people. We will help you, but a storm is coming. The Council will return, and something darker waits beyond the stars." Olivia asked, "What must we do?" Elias looked at her with a calm, steady gaze. "Prepare, unite, learn, and when the time comes, choose your path wisely. The future of Earth will depend on your choices." Olivia felt the weight of his words. She understood the Guardians were not just protectors. They were mentors, witnesses to history. Her team stood quietly, unsure what to say. Elias raised a hand and the chamber lit up again. This time it showed a dark region of space filled with shadowy shapes. "This is what we fear," Elias said. "The Council is only the beginning. There are forces in the galaxy that would devour entire worlds. Earth must not face them alone." Olivia swallowed hard. She understood now why the Guardians hid for so long, and why they stepped forward at this moment. Elias said softly, "We will stand with you, but the humans must rise. You must grow stronger." Olivia nodded. "We will." Elias watched her with a faint smile. "Then the silent war has begun. A war fought not with battles alone, but with choices, alliances, and truth. Humans must learn to see beyond their own world. The galaxy is vast, and Earth's role is only beginning." For the first time in her life, Olivia felt the weight of the stars. She felt small and powerful at the same time. Earth had guardians, but soon Earth would have to become its own guardian, and the galaxy would learn just how strong humans truly were. Daniel Moore sat alone in the observation deck of the orbital station, staring at Earth far below. The blue and green planet looked peaceful, quiet, almost fragile. But Daniel now knew the truth. Earth was not fragile. Earth was protected by beings older and stronger than anything humans had ever imagined. And now those beings had finally stepped out of the shadows. But even with the Guardians revealing themselves, Daniel felt no comfort. Elias had shown Olivia the truth. Something dark was coming, something that even the Guardians feared. Daniel whispered to himself, "What is waiting out there, and how can we prepare for it?" He remembered Elias' warning. The silent war had already begun. A war not fought openly but in secret through plans, alliances, and careful moves. Daniel was not a soldier, but he understood data, he understood patterns, and something told him that the next months would change the fate of Earth forever. Meanwhile, Olivia Harris was on her way back to the military base with her team. No one spoke during the flight. They all sat in silence, thinking about what they had seen underground: the hidden chamber, the glowing walls, the ancient technology. And Elias, the guardian who looked human but was far older than any human could be. Olivia watched the clouds drift beneath the craft and thought about the heavy responsibility Elias had placed on her shoulders. Prepare, unite, learn. Those were his words, words that sounded simple but carried the weight of the entire planet. Her team finally broke the silence. "Commander, what do we tell the others?" one of them asked. "No one will believe us." Olivia understood the problem. Revealing the Guardians too soon could cause panic. People might fear them or misunderstand their role. She answered, "We tell only what is necessary for now. Until the time is right, the Guardians will stay hidden. We must earn their trust before sharing the truth." Her team nodded slowly, trusting her judgment. Olivia felt the weight of that trust. When she landed at the base, she immediately went to the strategy room. The higher commanders waited for her, demanding answers. "Commander Harris," one of them said, "your report says the alien fleet retreated without engagement. How is that possible?" Olivia kept her voice steady. "Unknown forces disabled their systems. The Council fleet realized they could not continue and withdrew." The commanders exchanged uneasy looks. "Unknown forces?" another asked. "Do you mean alien?" Olivia paused. She could not reveal everything, not yet. "We are still studying it," she said, "but Earth is safe for now." The commanders wanted more answers, but Olivia offered none. The time would come when they needed to know the truth, but that time was not now. Later, Olivia sat alone in her office. She felt something she rarely felt: fear. Not fear of the Guardians, not fear of the Council, but fear of the future. Elias had shown her a vision of dark shapes beyond the stars, shapes that moved with hunger. Olivia whispered, "What are they, and when will they arrive?" She needed answers. But she also knew that only one person could give them. Back in the hidden chamber beneath the mountain, Elias stood before a large circular console. He watched as streams of data flowed around him like rivers of light. His fellow Guardians gathered behind him. One of them said, "The humans will not be ready in time. Their progress is too slow." Elias replied, "They learn quickly, faster than any species I have ever seen. Do not underestimate them." Another Guardian stepped forward. "Council will return with stronger fleets. They will not accept Earth's protection so easily." Elias nodded. "Yes, and when they come, they must see a united Earth, not a divided one. Humans must see themselves as one species, not many nations." His voice grew quiet. "Only then can they survive what is coming." The chamber dimmed as Elias activated a new display. It showed the same dark region of space he had shown Olivia. Black clouds twisting between stars, flickers of red light inside them. A Guardian asked, "How long before they reach this region?" Elias answered, "Too soon, but we must delay them for as long as possible." The Guardians stood in silence. Their duty had lasted thousands of years. It would soon be tested in ways they had hoped to avoid. On the orbital station, Daniel noticed something strange in the data coming from deep space. Tiny distortions, slight shifts in energy, almost impossible to see. But Daniel saw what others could not. He leaned closer. "This is not the Council," he whispered. "This is something else." He checked the readings again. The distortions were moving slowly but steadily toward the galactic center, toward the direction of Earth. Daniel felt his stomach twist. It was starting. He sent the data to Olivia immediately. Olivia opened the message in her office and read it carefully. Her heart began to race. "So soon," she whispered. Elias was right. She did not waste time. She left the base and traveled back to the hidden mountain entrance. The Guardians sensed her arrival and opened the doorway without her touching anything. Elias waited inside, standing calmly as if he had known she would come. "You have seen the signals," he said. Olivia nodded. "What are they?" Elias stepped closer. "They are the ones who destroyed the old civilizations long before humans existed. They consume stars. They consume worlds. They leave nothing behind. We call them the Void Serpents." Olivia swallowed hard. "Why are they coming here?" Elias answered softly, because Earth is a light in the darkness, a place with strong life. The void serpents devour such places. Olivia shook her head. So we must fight them, but how can we? Humans do not have the technology. Elias placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. You will not fight them alone. We Guardians will stand with you. But Earth must change. Humans must put aside their differences. They must see the stars not with fear, but with purpose. Olivia looked around the glowing chamber. What must I do? Elias answered. You must prepare your people. You must tell them the truth when the time comes. Not today, not tomorrow, but soon. Because the silent war will become a real war, and Earth must not face it unprepared. Olivia felt a heavy weight settle on her, but she also felt strength. She knew she could not walk away. The future of Earth needed leaders willing to step into the unknown. Meanwhile, Daniel worked late into the night, gathering data on the distortions. He slowly pieced together a rough timeline. If the patterns held true, the void serpents would reach the outer regions of the galaxy in a few decades, maybe less. He stared at the numbers and whispered, "We don't have enough time." He knew humanity needed to evolve fast. They needed new technology, new alliances, new strength, and the Guardians were the key. The next morning, Elias summoned both Olivia and Daniel to the underground chamber. Daniel arrived with wide eyes, overwhelmed by everything around him. "This place," he whispered, "it is like standing inside a star." Elias smiled softly. "This is the heart of our work, and now it is your place as well." He stepped forward. "You two will guide Earth into the new age. Olivia, you will lead from action. Daniel, you will lead from knowledge. Together, you will help humanity rise." Daniel felt fear and excitement all at once. Olivia nodded firmly, accepting the responsibility. Elias raised his hand, and a hologram of Earth appeared, surrounded by bright rings of energy. "Over the next years," Elias said, "we will help you build new defenses, new travel systems, and new alliances. When the void serpents come, Earth will not be a victim. Earth will be a guardian." Olivia whispered, "A guardian, us?" Elias nodded. "Humans have something no other species has. A fire inside them, a will to survive, a will to protect what they love. That is why we chose to protect Earth, and that is why the galaxy will one day look to humans for strength." The chamber brightened. A deep hum filled the air. The Guardians formed a circle around the humans. A soft wind brushed past them as if the entire mountain was breathing. Elias spoke one last time. "The galaxy fears what it does not understand. Soon they will understand humanity. And soon they will see why Earth was never weak." He looked at Olivia and Daniel. "The time of hiding is ending. The time of rising is beginning. Earth will not be erased. Earth will not fall. Earth will stand." Daniel felt tears sting his eyes. Olivia lifted her chin with pride. Earth had been protected by guardians for thousands of years. Now Earth would become a guardian itself, and the galaxy would never forget the day humanity rose from the shadows.